Hello, welcome to today's class. Yes, as always, we are doing Sun Explains Chemistry Past question. And last time we solved a question, today's question is this one. Which of the following compounds is covalent? A. Sugar. B. Sodium chloride. C. Ammonium chloride. And D. Silver nitrate. Let's understand the concept behind choosing the right answer as we always do for all our questions. Let's visit the periodic table once again. So one thing you have to know is that periodic table is a powerful tool that we usually use in chemistry. So you need to learn to be conversant with the table. Um so last time we learned something that if you want to form these compounds or the bond in these compounds, um the blue side of the table of this table represent the metals. The yellow is the metalloids, and the non-metals are the pink. Generally, yes. So we said if you are having an element coming from only the metal component or a compound coming from only the metal component, the bond inside will be a metallic bond. If you're having a compound that comes from only the non-metal family, then the bond inside will be a covalent bond. A mixture of them, carbon and nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, they are all coming from the metal, so it's a covalent bond. But when you meet something from um, metal and a non-metal, metal and non-metal, right? That one will be an electrovalent or ionic bond. Generally, there are some exceptions, especially aluminum, but generally we are going to pick it like that. So metals and a non-metal, that bond, that compound will have an ionic bond. Only non-metal, that will be covalent bond, and then only metal, that will be metallic bond. Now there's an exception with hydrogen, right? Hydrogen can either be in group 1 and in group 2. It can be, sorry, it can be in group 1 or group 7. Hydrogen can be either in group 1 or group 7, right? So sometimes it acts as group 1 and other times acts like group 7. So you will need to be careful about that. And with that in mind, let's revisit our question again. So which of the compounds is covalent, right? So if it is covalent, meaning that for a covalent compound, right, you need to all the elements, right, should come from the non-metal family as we have discussed earlier. So let's um actually look at each of these compounds and see which one is which. Sugar, right? Sugar has a general formula. So we need to actually put them in their formula. So the simplest formula for sugar is a glucose from molecule. So C6H12O6. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is NaCl. Ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is like this. And silver nitrate. Silver nitrate is like this. Now let's analyze them. So in this compound, you have carbon. Carbon coming from the non-metal family, right? Oxygen coming from non-metal family. And the hydrogen is coming from, in this case, is it going to be group 1 hydrogen or group 7 hydrogen? Yes, in this case, it's going to be the group 7 hydrogen because it's going to be covalently bonded to this substance. But how do you know that? How do we know that? So we'll treat that in other concepts moving forward. So we have to know that this hydrogen for now is coming from the group 7. So group 7 hydrogen makes this one, everything is coming from non-metal, non-metal, non-metal. So all these things, they are all coming from the non-metal family, and we say if all the elements, all of them in the compound come from the non-metal family, then it's going to be a covalent substance. Let's look at the rest. Sodium chloride, sodium, right? It is Na. Na is coming from here, the metal is here, and chlorine is coming from here. Which where are you? Yeah, chlorine is coming from here, the non-metal. So there's a metal and a non-metal. So definitely this one is going to be an ionic or electrovalent substance. Ammonium chloride. Let's analyze ammonium chloride. So nitrogen is from here, hydrogen is from here, yeah, and then chlorine is from here too. So you might mistake and say, oh, this one should be um covalent. No, we have to know that there are some substances, right, that form ions. So something like ammonium chloride, right? Ammonium, this guy, is actually formed from come from this ion, NH4 plus. NH4 plus. So when we are talking of ionic itself, right? Generally, I said metal and non-metal, but that's not actually the case. Reason because ionic compound is actually formed between two ions, right? Two ion transfer of electron from one to another. Now, so there should be two ions. Generally, the metals, right? Generally, metals form positive ions, and generally the non-metal form negative ions. That was happened. So ideally, ideally, the ionic compounds is formed from positive ions and negative ions, because metals generally form the positive ion, and then the non-metal form the negative ions, and when they come together they form ionic compound. That's why I gave you that first analogy, because that should be the how do you call it, the basic understanding you should have about the periodic table before we move forward. I usually tell you that generally, meaning there are exceptions. As you are moving forward, you'll be understanding more of the concept. So ammonium chloride is coming from two ions, so ammonium plus and then Cl minus. So there are positive ions and negative ions. Positive and negative ions come together to form ionic substances. Generally, that's what you form. So if you go back to the sodium chloride, right? Sodium chloride coming from Na plus, because it's a metal, right? Metal form positive ions, and chlorine is a non-metal. So positive and negative, right? They come together to form the ionic substances. Let's go here. Silver nitrate. Silver is somewhere here, right? Where are you? Yeah, 47. It's 47. So it's actually from Ag plus, right? And NO3 minus. Ag plus and NO3 minus, right? This is minus, this is plus. They come together to also form ionic substances. Ionic substances. So yeah. So so everything, this is ionic, this ionic, this ionic. Only this is covalent from the start. So yeah, definitely our answer is going to be A. So the correct answer is sugar. Sugar is the covalent substance in this case. So we are trying to make sure that for every question, right, for your section A, every question you'll be able to choose the correct answer, understand the concept, and then you choose the correct answer out of it. So you are just not doing how do you call it? Lottery. So this for this question, this for this session. We hope you understand. If you don't get it or you have a question, you can put it in the comment section. Then we'll look at it and get back to you. We hope that you will join our online class so that we'll actually learn the concept from the textbooks before we solve the questions. On this page, we'll be helping you solving the questions, giving you the concept, but understanding something like how the things really work behind the scene. You need to join our online class so that you get to understand more of the concept, and then be able to be confident to answer your questions, preparing for your exams and beyond. In your university, the concept will follow you, then you'll be applying them once you understand the basics. At high school, it's very powerful to invest your time into understanding the basics so that you can have a smooth understanding of like flow when you get to university and you're applying all these concepts for greater projects. Thank you very much. We hope to see you in the next video as we explain another concept in chemistry. Subscribe and let's stay together. Bye.
Do not miss the next concepts. Why don't you subscribe to keep notified of new videos and concepts?